Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Sonic Colors Ultimate. Colors Ultimate is a controversial game among Sonic fans, so I'd like to get my opinion out there. Some people love it, and some people hate it for valid reasons, and again, I just want to get my thoughts out there. First of all, I want to talk about my opinions on Colors being the game they port, and so many people might disagree with me, but I do think Colors was the best choice. First of all, it's stuck on the Wii, that means it's not accessible. For example, other Sonic games like Generations are accessible more easily. Colors was only on one console, and I'm talking about the HD version, not the DS version. Also, like Takashi Iizuka stated, I do think since a lot of kids watch the movie and they're fans, Colors was the easier game, so I do think it's a good introduction. We're going to talk about how they made it easier and how I don't like that later, but I do think Colors was the better choice. It's one of the more easier games, but also one of the more better received Sonic 3D games. For example, out of all the 3D games, although there are so many 3D games that are better than Colors in the general public's eyes, I do think it was better received than most. So I do think it was a smart decision to go with Colors. Now let's talk about the actual game itself. Most people are either, oh, it looks really good, or it looks really bad, and other than Tropical Resort, which we'll talk about later, I do think it does look good. Obviously, since it's a remaster, it is 4K 60 FPS on the newer consoles, with Switch being only 30 FPS. I do think it looks much better than the original in most cases, from more the newer gameplay. It's also much more nice environments look good. I also think every time we get a new gameplay trailer, it looks much better. For example, the one that we got at the Central didn't look that good, and then we got one that looked better and better, and it just keeps on going up like every single time. So I do think they're still working on it, and they're even improving it even more, which hopefully they'll do for Tropical Resort, since again, we'll talk about later, it's not really that good in my opinion. So everything does look nice. People do compare it to the emulator, which yeah, it does look good, but I do think Sonic Colors Ultimate also looks really well. Now let's talk about the remixed music, and I'm just gonna show you the music. I don't even need to talk. This is all I have to say.
Good! Great! Awesome! Outstanding! Amazing!
Now, let's talk about Tropical Resort. Let me just say it. It looks bad. Literally no color. It's called, like, I don't understand. The game is called Sonic Colors, yet it feels so dark. It feels so unnatural. It doesn't even look like an amusement park. It looks so lifeless. Like the life got sucked out of it. And it's debatably worse than the original. Not even debatably, it's just worse than the original. Like, it looks really, really bad. Like, I do not understand, like, why. Tropical Resort does not look good at all. And to even degrade it even more, Sonic's model looks so weird. That was another point. Why does Sonic model look so weird? Like, literally a lamp inside him with the bloom turned up all the way. Way too, like, he feels way too light. I don't know why. It just feels like there's a glow effect or something that looks really, 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 really bad at him. And although in other stages from the back he looks fine, that model with Tropical Resort just looks really bad to look at. Like, it looks really, really bad. Like, they need to fix this. Sonic's model did look bad in the original. Again, it did keep on getting better and better. But Tropical Resort, like, not the best. I do think they definitely need to improve it, especially since Tropical Resort is one of the better stages look-wise, in my opinion, other than Starlight Carnival. I do think Tropical Resort looks really, really, really good in the original. So being the first stage and looking really bad, that's just unacceptable. To be honest, like, they need to fix it before September, because I do not want to play with a lamp and a colorless stuff. Like, it's literally called Sonic Colors. Like, I hope they do fix it at the end, because I do not want to play that. Now we're gonna talk about 3 new additions they added that I think looks pretty cool. Other than the last one, there's 4. I'm gonna talk about 3 good ones. The last one is just bad. The first good one is the Jade Wisp. I like that they're putting in effort, just not like a port, like, you know what I mean? They just upres it and then just call it a day. They're actually putting new wisps and changing the level design a bit. So I think that's really cool. I also like the appreciation of TSR, especially since TSR did not get that much appreciation or attention. Like, it died after a week. Like, why? It was a pretty good game. So I do like they're putting effort, and I do like we did get something from TSR. I think it'll be a fun addition to the Wisps. The second thing I want to talk about is the rival mode, and I just want to say Metal Sonic v Sonic was a really cool idea. They did it in Generations, but it was like Sonic v Classic Sonic, where you race against each other, not the Metal Sonic boss fight. So I do think it is better to use Metal Sonic, and I think that's really cool. I just want to know if they're going to change the story a bit, especially since in Sonic Colors, Rise of the Wisp, which we'll talk about after. I do think if there will be like an improved story somehow, like a bonus story, kind of like Shadows DLC and Forces, I want to see Metal Sonic's importance. Also want to see like an online mode. So you, for example, instead of just playing against the CPU, you can play with one of your friends on the couch. You can play with friends online, or you can like random online people. For example, if you don't have any friends, which is sad, you can play and against other people online, and I think that'd be really cool. And again, like in Mania, there's like a scoreboard to see how well you rank compared to the rest. So I do think a scoreboard added would be really cool as well for the rival mode. I also want to see like what is the importance of Metal Sonic, especially in Rise of the Wisp, but we'll talk about it later. The third thing I want to talk about is cosmetics. I love cosmetics, although I do think they should add more. It looks like there's only 2 or 3, and one of them or 2 is like exclusive, and I do not like exclusivity. I do think there should be much more cosmetics. I'm fine with Movie Sonic being a cosmetic exclusive, as long as there's more than just 1 or 2 cosmetics. Like, I want there to add more, and at the end I do think cosmetics are cool, and I hope they add more, not only in ports, but also in actual games. For example, Rangers, I would love more cosmetics. Now we're gonna talk about Rise of the Wisps before we get on to the thing I hate most about Colors Ultimate. To be honest, I like how they're making cartoons for every Sonic game that they release now since Mania Plus. For example, Mania Adventures is supposed to advertise Mania Plus. Team Sonic Racing Overdrive is meant to advertise funny TSR. So I do like how they're making a cartoon now. I also hope we get that for Rangers. So I do like it, and I do think the art style looks much more clean. Obviously I need to see it a bit more in action, just not a 30-second teaser, but I do really like the art style more in these type of situations, so I really like that. I also wonder, like, is it gonna be a lighthearted and good, or just gonna be trash? Because you can be lighthearted and make jokes, but they're actually good jokes and they're actually funny, you know what I mean? It doesn't need to be garbage like Color Story. I also want to see a Metal Sonic v Sonic fight. That would look really cool. But I just want to know what's Metal Sonic importance. Does after Sonic defeat Eggman, Eggman get Metal Sonic again? Or I want to see what happens. I would like to see how Metal Sonic is incorporated in Rises of Risks, and hopefully in Colors Ultimate, the actual game itself. Now let's get on to the thing I hate most about Colors Ultimate, and what probably most others also hate, and that is the tail sibling. Honestly, what the heck? Like, why? It makes a really easy game. I did talk about it before. Like, that's an easy game, but they just made an easy game easier. Like, it's not even fun anymore. And the thing is, it's not even optional. And I don't understand why it's not optional. Like, what's the point of forcing it on the players? Colors was an already easy game, okay, sure, but you making it even easier is pretty bad. Like, I understand that, you know, critics, IGN is pretty bad. They took points off for Colors being too challenging, but at least make it optional. Like, a baby to fans that actually want to have challenge in their games. Like, it's literally non-existent anymore. It doesn't make the game fun anymore. Like, a game should not only have too much challenge, it shouldn't have way too less. There should be a balance, and I think that's really good. And similar to Matt Has No Cut, I'll put their link in the description. He's a really good guy. I think it should be an easy to pick up game but hard to master. An example I like to bring up personally is Mario Odyssey. Any person can come pick up a Mario game, but if you're actually trying to master the game, it's really hard. You need to know all Mario's movements, you need to know all these shortcuts, where the moves located are. So I think games should be like that, where it's easy to pick up and hard to master, and that way it appeals to everyone. So I do think, like, why just make it optional at least. Colors was an easy game, yes, but you just make it easier and it's not going to be fun anymore. Like, what's the point? An easy game is not fun, a way too hard game is not fun. You gotta have that balance. So I do hope that's not Twist Rangers, because I do not want a really easy game that I beat literally blindfolded. It doesn't even matter anymore. So I hope they at least make an update where they make it optional, or at least they hear the fans, and before release they make it optional or something. I would rather them delay it like a month or two if they really want to take that time. Like, I don't care, I just need that to be optional. Don't understand, to be honest. Like, just make it optional. Like, bro, what are you doing? Make it optional. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Sonic Colors, and I do hope they make more ultimate versions. I like the idea of not, instead of just porting it, you're making like an ultimate port remaster version. My two suggestions are Generations. Generations is really well received. This is even better than Colors. Everyone said this better than Colors. Obviously, if you like Colors more, that is your opinion, and that's okay. But Generals is more well received, and it's arguably one of the best 3D Sonic games. In my opinion, it is one of the best. Not the best, in my opinion, but one of them. And my second suggestion is Sonic Unleashed. Give it now. And that's all for today. Those are my thoughts on Sonic Colors Ultimate. Comment down below whether you agree or not. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. See you guys next time.